Welcome to MetaMinds TV, where we build faith, encourage life,
and point souls back to God.
Have you ever wondered why some people seem to wait on God forever, while others seem to move with Him effortlessly?
Today, we're talking about something that could change the way you've been praying your whole life.
Because God isn't looking for someone to sit and wait on Him.
He's looking for someone He can work with. Today's message is called Positioned for Increase, and it's about to show you the difference. God is not looking for someone to wait on Him. God is looking for someone He can work with. There is a difference between a man who is waiting and a man who is positioned. One is idle, the other is ready. And heaven does not respond to idle, heaven responds to ready. Somewhere along the way, we were taught that faith looks like sitting still. That if we just wait long enough, pray long enough, hope long enough, the promise will fall into our lap. But sitting is not the same as trusting. Sitting is what you do when you have given up on your part. Trusting is what you do while you are still doing your part. Look at the man at the pool of Bethesda in John chapter 5. 38 years he sat by the water. 38 years he watched other men get healed while he stayed in the same spot, waiting for someone to carry him in. Jesus didn't ask him if he believed. Jesus asked him one question: do you want to be made well? And then he gave him an instruction: rise, take up your bed, and walk. The healing was already available. What the man lacked was not a miracle. What he lacked was position. That is the condition of many believers today, sitting where the promise passes by instead of standing where the promise can reach them. God spoke a word over your life before you were formed. Jeremiah 1:5 tells us, He knew you before He formed you in the womb, and He had already ordained you for something greater. Ephesians 2:10 says, you are His workmanship, created for good works. He prepared in advance for you to walk in. That word is not waiting for God to force it into your life. That word is waiting for you to align with it. Alignment means arranging your days, your decisions, your habits, and your posture so that they agree with what God has already said. It is not passive. It is not mystical. It is deliberate. Acts 17:26-27 says, God determined the exact times and the exact boundaries of where we would live for a reason. Not so we could sit inside that boundary and do nothing. We would reach out and find Him. Reach out, that is a verb, that is movement, that is positioning. 1 Corinthians chapter 3 gives us the clearest picture of what aligned positioning looks like. This is what alignment looks like. One man plants, one man returns to water. Both simply doing their part. Paul says, I planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase. Notice the order. Paul did his part. Apollos did his part. And only after both men positioned themselves in obedience to their assignment did God release what neither of them could produce on their own increase. Increase did not come because Paul and Apollos waited. It came because they worked in alignment. Each one doing what was theirs to do, trusting God to do what was only His to do. This is the pattern the church has forgotten. We want the increase without the planting. We want the harvest without the watering. Ask yourself, are you planting? Are you watering? Or are you simply waiting for a harvest in a field you never touched? If God has spoken something over your life, a promise, a prophecy, a dream, the next question is not when will it happen? The next question should be, what is my part in making this land my reality? 3 things reveal your role. First, go back to what has already been said. God rarely gives a brand new instruction when there is an old one you haven't obeyed yet. Revisit the word, study it, ask what specific action it is asking of you. Secondly, look at what is currently in your hand. Moses had a rod. David had a sling. The boy in John 6 had 5 loaves and 2 fish. Before increase comes, God almost always starts with what you already possess. Your role is usually hidden inside your current resource, not outside of it. Thirdly, ask God directly and then obey the answer quickly. Habakkuk 2:2 says, "Write the vision and make it plain." A vision that stays vague stays unfulfilled. Get specific with God. Get specific with yourself. Your role is not a mystery designed to frustrate you. It is a door designed to be found by those who do seeking. And I tell you, a prophetic word is a seed. Seeds do not become harvests by being admired. They become harvests by being planted in the right soil, watered consistently, and protected from what would choke them. When a word is spoken over your life, alignment looks like this. You guard it. Not everyone gets to hear it, touch it, or speak into it. Mary, when she received a word concerning her son, she did not broadcast it. Luke 2:19 says she kept these things and pondered them in her heart. Hear me, protection is never incidental. It is part of positioning. You prepare for it before you see it. The widow of Zarephath was told to make the little cake first before she saw the barrel of meal multiply. Preparation always precedes manifestation. If you are not preparing, you are not aligning, you are only hoping. Elijah told his servant to look toward the sea 7 times for the rain that had not yet appeared, and he told the king to prepare his chariot before the rain fell. Faith without a corresponding action is a word with no address to land on. Many people are asking God to release the next level of the word over their lives, while their integrity, their discipline, and their relationships are still operating at a lower level. God does not release a mansion of promise into a foundation that isn't ready to hold it. This is what it means to become a place God can assess and work with. Not by sitting and hoping, but by preparing yourself into readiness. Stop asking God to move while you remain still. The instruction was never wait on me. The instruction was walk with me. There is a difference between waiting on a promise and working in alignment with the one who gave it. Paul planted, Apollos watered, God gave the increase. The question tonight is not whether God is faithful to his word. He always is. The question is whether you are positioned to receive it when it comes. What has God spoken concerning you? And what have you done about it since he said it? If this word found you today, don't just watch it, apply it. Write down the last thing God spoke to you, and write down one action you will take this week to align with it. Drop it in the comments. Someone else needs to see your commitment to move. Subscribe to MetaMinds TV, building faith, encouraging life, pointing souls back to God.